I don't get bored at home.
That's what you said last time.
Not because of where I stay now either. I never got bored at home. It's home.
Yeah, I know.
It's sacred.
But you're a people person.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
Yes, he is.
No, I am because of the business that I'm in.
Okay.
I'm a talking to like my mama. On my mama's side, that's what that is.
Okay.
But me, I'd rather be by myself, cool. Like all the accolades people give me for the things that I've done in life for Boys and Girls Club, I don't even like the recognition.
Right.
I did it from the kindness of my heart because these are programs that help me. Kids stay out of the pen, they stay out of the job. I don't need no recognition for giving back.
Yeah, no, I'm only talking about the part. I went from being around 10 people at a time, 4 to 10 people at a time, to just me. And I'm an extrovert, so I need people that kind of feeds my spirit.
Okay.
And so now it's just me and the damn dog. So lately I've been getting refocused, and this is helping.
She say I'm a people person. Yes, I am.
Well, I know you are.
When I'm around people, I love high side clowning and everything. But I love doing what we doing right now.
Right.
Sitting on that back porch, smoking my cigar, and ready for my woman. Whether we do it on the porch, wherever. I'm freaky like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have that shit.
Oh, Lord.
I'm sure my neighbors.
I don't have to have that.
I'm sure my neighbors have caught a glimpse too.
Oh yeah.
Like they're on that patio.
Like now, my fence is down. I sit back there and listen to that water trickle, and the TV that I got. That's on the patio.
Right.
When the winter come, I take it out and put it in the garage and run on the treadmill and all that.
Yeah.
So that's the TV y'all be seeing on the West night. Cause I ain't had no money to afford to get a nothing.
Right.
You have to be fucking with no trailer. This bitch ain't doing nothing.
Take it down and move it over. That seems like a lot of work.
Ain't no work. It just take it off the hooks.
Yeah.
And then I got the same hook on the trailer well.
So it just, boy.
And then put the goddamn
You talking about me being cheap?
That ain't cheap. That's being
That's resourceful.
That's in between flashing.
Yeah,
That's in between flashing right now.
Resourceful is perfect.
That's
word.
resourcefully appropriate.
Okay, speaking of that, let's go into
We live.
Sweet. We've been recording for about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, then excuse me, y'all.
We can edit whatever you want out. Sweet Jones in your mouth.
And Sweet Jones in
Tell me
your
about
mouth.
that. And also tell me about Sweet Jones in your mouth and how our sister, Angie, is absolutely instrumental in that.
Man, she instrumented my whole life.
That's what's up.
That's
what's up.
And Sweet Jones,
so sweet.
Sweet Jones,
When he's asleep.
Sweet Jones BarBQue came from my son. Friends calling him Sweet Jones. Okay. And so I said, hey, you figure out the name because I've been doing catering for years, off and on, and I would do food, but I never did it full time.
Okay.
So when COVID hit, lost the salon for us through COVID, and then people started dyeing their hair. I don't dye hair. You can see I ain't no fan. So of dye. So we decided hey, let's open up a food trailer, and do that. And so I told them, you come up with the name. So they came up with a name. Daddy, they sent me this. I said, that sound good.
And it was Sweet Jones.
It's Sweet Jones.
Okay.
Sweet Jones BBQ.
Okay.
.com. SweetJonesBBQ.com.
And you do catering.
I do everything. I do bar biscuits, funerals, repasts. You let it in. Throw it. Anything got to do with a piece of meat.
You got
The
it.
meat. You know what meat I'm talking about. I'm in that business too. But anyway.
Goodness.
But yeah, the Sweet Jones BarBQue and how it came. I'm always joking with my friends and everything. So they eat the food and they say about, damn man, it's good. I said, now tell the world you're gonna have Sweet Jones BarBQue in your mouth. And so they were like, man, you need to get a shirt. You need to get a shirt.
You do need to get shirts.
It's already on press. It's already on press.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the ones we're gonna sell. The ones that you see Angie and I wear, those are gonna be the professional because you can't be going to these white established. But Sweet Jones BarBQue in your mouth. But I am.
Right.
And I get that.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change
Because
me.
you have you can contextualize what it means when you're there.
Oh, well,
Tone,
as long as you say
it's humor, it's humor.
See, my son took it another level. He just say that's that Sweet Jones in your mouth. You can't say it like that.
Right,
You got
exactly.
to say Sweet Jones BarBQue.
Right,
in your
exactly.
mouth. And that way they'll know what
takes
you're
the bite
talking
out of it.
Yeah,
It takes the bite out of it.
Yeah, to take the bite out of it. And
Right.
so, yeah.
Exactly.
Literally take the bite out of it.
Literally take the bite out of it. But you could get that Sweet Jones in your mouth too. Why you?
So you have a website.
Yes, I do.
Call out the website.
I just did. Sweet Jones BarBQue, BBQ.com. .com, .net, any one of them you hit.
Okay.
It's going to come up. And if y'all want to do it now, go Sweet Jones, BBQ.com, .net, .nuga, .road, whatever. It's going to come up.
And he does catering.
Yeah, I do everything. Now, the website is new coming up because we just started the business. I try to legalize before I advertise. Just got our sales license to be able to sell. And now we're working on the website. We've been getting content. Anja been taking pictures. She don't know that all her shit gonna be on there because I ain't been able to take no pictures.
Okay.
I've been cooking, And how Anja came about, my son, who's my business partner, that tries to let me know, Daddy, you can't talk to me like Daddy. You got to talk to me like a business partner. So, and that was the greatest thing he could have told me because a lot of times I wanted to go upside his head.
Right. You was giving him a pass because he was son. But now you business partner, I don't have to give you a pass.
I don't have to give you a pass. So I start off like a business partner, like I'm finna get in your ass. So I get in his ass, and then when he get in his feelings, I said, now do you want Daddy now?
Right. Then he want daddy.
Yeah, no, he don't want Daddy. He don't never want to see Daddy.
Yeah, but
Because
daddy.
this motherfucker get your ass over there and do that.
Yeah.
And what did you say? Like yesterday when he talked back, I didn't go Daddy. I
Don't say
stayed
talk
business.
back. Don't use talk
He
back.
can't talk back. He can't talk back. It's the same thing.
What's another terminology you can use to talk back than talk back?
Well, instead of talk back, be
Respond.
sassy. You can't be sassy with me.
Okay.
Period. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm talking to him, and I know what you mean by talk back. He had to talk back.
Well, often talk back was used by our counter folks as a term of disrespect, as a means of disrespect.
It still is with me. Counterparts don't bother me, kinfolk.
Now I'm just saying that.
No, but I mean, I'm not FUBU. I'm not just for us by us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying
all
I
of
don't
us.
like the term used talk back when I'm talking to another grown man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And I got that. I got that
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you on that level of hey, you retro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You from that era.
Right.
Where we heard all the time, hey, if I don't whoop your ass, the white man gonna whoop you.
Right,
So
right.
we hated them.
Right.
But I never did hate them
Right.
because we don't stick together. The best race there is the
Some don't,
Chinese.
some don't, some
Listen,
don't.
it's the Chinese, then the Mexicans. Mexicans about one
IMO,
house.
in your opinion.
What say, Angie?
I said IMO,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I'm into the Mexicans and blacks. I call Mexicans niggas with good hair because they use the nigga word more than we do.
Yeah.
And not to get off the subject, and I'm gonna get back to what you was asking about Sweet Jones, is the Chinese and the Mexicans are the most knitted, as my grandma say, close knit
Right.
They are.
races
Right.
there is.
Right.
We always want to be one up on each other, and I'm always trying to help us.
So I got my opinion why I think that is. Why do you think that is? That we don't stick together like other ethnicities do.
Man,
Consistently like
that's
they
a
do.
whole nother take. We'll never get to talk about nothing if we talk about that because it started when we came over on that boat that they say we was.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
Is what started it.
Yeah.
And we're so out of all those ethnic groups, we are the only ones that had that experience. So if they had that experience, they may be the same way, but they didn't have that experience.
Well, we had that experience, and I feel like that experience should draw us closer.
It should, but
But what it did is you went to Master Jones for him. I went to Master
Right.
Smith. Remember I
Right.
told you
Exactly.
that? And then you got polo on. I'm still over here with these ragged
Right.
clothes that we came on the boat. So we come to town, and I say, hey, Travis, how you doing? He
Right.
say, that's yeah.
yeah,
In a
right.
whole nother tone. I'm
Right.
talking about, but Travis came over on the boat together and said, nigga,
Yeah,
get back.
yeah,
Don't talk back,
Yeah.
as you say.
yeah.
So now I'm saying, man, you know what, this nigga then now, he's still a slave, but top-notch slave.
Right.
I turn into Django, I get free. So now I see this nigga downtown, I got on all kind, now I got on Gucci.
Right.
He's still in polo, and then he said, hey, Damon, I fuck you. You ain't talk to me last year when I had that shit on, that rag
Right,
shit on.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what make us, we divided, kid.
Yeah.
They divided us.
Yeah,
When it should have gravitated, we should have gravitated to each other and say, hey, we're going to come.
Yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna
have each other
overcome.
back.
We're
And
gonna,
but
have each
I
other
think-
back,
I
and
think
we don't do that.
there's
And
a-
that's the only thing I have against us. I love us.
Yeah.
When I say I don't like us, I don't have to like him because I love them.
Yeah, you mean the ones that do that?
Yes, the ones
act
that do
like
that.
that, right.
The ones that do that, that back talk and talk behind your back when they can ask what you're doing instead of, that nigga think
Assuming
he-
something.
I remember when he didn't have shit. shit, well, you ought to be glad he got shit. Son.
Right,
You
right,
know what I'm
right,
talking about?
right.
They don't do that.
Right.
You know, I'm proud. If I see something you got Terrence I like, man,
Right.
I'm giving you a pair of them motherfuckers. Where you,
Right,
where you
right,
get
right,
them at?
right.
I'm not finna say that nigga think he got those gold shoes. I know where he got them at.
Yeah.
I had on some Guess shoes one day. And they got the G's that look just like Gucci. Well, when I seen them at Dillard's, I just liked them. I didn't even know the Gucci print. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we walking and people was like, ooh, them some bad motherfuckers you got on. So a nigga looked at him and say, nigga, them Guess. I said, yeah. He was taking the Gucci, because I'm getting compliments off of it. He was taking the Gucci part off of it. I never put it on there. They just said they like the shoe. They didn't say what, because every time a person asks when I wear that shoe, what kind of shoe is that? I say, Guess. And they think I'm trying to be
Oh, God. I literally just got, when you say Guess, they think you saying Guess the brand.
Yeah, Guess the
or
brand.
you're saying Guess what they are.
They are Guess.
Yeah.
They are Guess.
The brand.
They
the
are
brand,
Brand
yes.
Guess.
Like we remember back in the day.
Yeah, and so
But they think you saying Guess.
Yes, like nigga,
That's-
you see the G's? No, nigga, this is Guess.
That's funny.
I didn't even think it was funny until I realized that that's what they thought I was saying. I was just really answering the question.
They like, when you say Guess, they like, Puma? Adidas? What?
No, they
Louis? What other?
shit. They got it look just like Gucci, and they more comfortable than Gucci.
That's funny. So Andrew, tell me your role. Cause like I said, every
Yeah,
time
we
I
done got off
see
of
you
that. We got
pull
off
up,
of
every time you pull up, someone says, "Oh, she coming to go to work," and what's your typical response?
This is my. I'm just here. I'm just here to help.
Right.
But this is my role. When my brother started this venture, text me and told me what he was doing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull up. Which I think the first time, maybe even the second time I did. But it was in them first few times that I went, and it was just booming, and they working on both ends, and I'm like, where's some gloves at? He didn't ask me, and I didn't ask him.
It was it was needed.
It was needed. Where the gloves at?
I like that.
And just jumped in, and it's just been that way. Like I say, initially, I was just there to get a plate, some
Right,
food.
right.
I didn't come to work.
And I've been trying to give her money, don't pay for the plates and all that. And she do what I ask, cause I know you working. You know what I'm saying? Last night I was taking. She said nobody at the house with me. This is like a little sister, big sister.
Right.
Cause I don't have to worry about no flag, no nothing. Fuck that.
Right.
Shit,
Yeah.
Now do this, do that. What? Give me the goddamn spatula.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Well, I got it. Then I'll go over there and get that.
Right.
We don't have no bossy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even when I worked at their shop, we wasn't nothing like that.
Right.
On tour, it was nothing. We was like we talking about. This is our podcast.
Right.
It was our shop. I knew who the owners was. We didn't have to. I come up with slogans and everything that they didn't like, and now we laugh about it. Right to the bank.
And you just said something. Just like this is our podcast. Elaborate on
Right.
it.
Well, a podcast, you said this is our podcast. I didn't think it was no different when you said, hey, man, I want you and Angie. I don't even know what your reason was for. You don't believe in God, so it couldn't have been the spirit. So I don't know if it was a rational decision, calculated decision, following
He said
decision.
he's statistical.
Oh, statistical.
I'm very
Okay.
statistical.
Okay.
I'm very
Well, what was the
I'm
statistic?
data
What was
driven.
the statistic in that?
I'm data driven.
That's what I said.
Now,
It got to
let
be.
me tell you. You're consistent, sense of humor. Everybody respects you. Your word is your bond. Same thing with Angie. Successful, consistent, and her word is her bond.
Right,
And them the kind of people I deal with. And so I'm like, I want somebody that's gonna be consistent, keep it real. Ain't nobody be talking about, that nigga, that bitch. Ain't gonna be none of that because you're respected amongst all communities. So that's why I wanted y'all to be a part of this.
Right. And then, like, when she came up and she said, "What's some gloves?" I said, "No, sis, he got to learn." She said, "Boy, get back. What are gloves?" I got the gloves. What you want me to do? So and so. And she did it, I just out of love. Now, mind you, it's going to be aired, but my biological sister had been standing up out.
Okay.
And wasn't helping, wasn't doing nothing. Matter of fact, when Anja started helping, my understanding is she went over there and told her arthritis is bad and she can't help us right now. Then another friend come up and see my sister that we call each other sister and brother since we met. Been A1 since day one. So He holler, Andre, I see you back there helping your brother. You're not gonna let your brother die. You right, I'm down there with him like 4 flat tires and the spare. You show right, what you get? She hollering over my shoulder, what you get?
Right.
Since you see this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So by this time, everybody coming up talking to me and Andre. So I guess some type of Ira come over. And so she come up, Mom. I was biologist, Mom. Is there anything I can do for you? Anything I can help you with? Nah, mind you, I didn't know that arthritis was bad. So I said, well, Vaughn, you can go over there. Really, I want to say go home. Cause I love my sisters. Don't get me wrong. But when you start doing stuff for other reasons instead of from a heartfelt reason, I don't need you in my space. I don't do fake.
But it may grow into
No, it's that my sister love me.
That, yeah.
It's just my sister is younger than me, but she thinks she's my mama. She's every time you talk to her, say, "Hey, baby, come here, baby." Yeah, she about 1 year older than you.
Right.
That's just what she come here, baby. Baby, how your kid doing? So I said, just old folk shit.
Yeah.
And she do me the same way, and I love her. But not nobody dare touch her or do anything like that.
right.
But just like Andre get in my ass, I get on her ass. I say, man, you faking. I ain't got time for that shit.
Right.
I don't do stunting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do no stunting. Like people used to, you did this, you did that, and I don't have no shame in my game. You don't know how many people, when I first filed bankruptcy years ago, and I told them I filed bankruptcy, they looking at me like I got it going on. But the person that heard it called me and said, so man, what had happened when you did bankruptcy? You don't know how many people came behind just from that testimony. I'm not ashamed of nothing, Kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is going to be what it is.
Right.
That's right.
And there's no way around that.
Right.
So why hide it? It's public records.
Right,
if
right.
you really want to see it anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to say it to let people, oh, I'm good now. I ain't got to worry about people calling
And
me.
you're also, even if that's not your intention, you're also letting people know, yes, I had this happen to me,
Right.
but I'm back.
I'm back.
And you can do the same thing.
That's right.
And ain't but listen, honestly, ain't Mr. B, just Mr. B cussing people out every day that call. I used to have wait on the phone call.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hi, Mr. Jones. We expected a payment from you last month. I said, you can expect one from me this month. But what happened to the payment from last month? I said, what you tell me?
Right.
Because if you didn't get the motherfucker, that's enough explanation there.
See, let me tell you our
I'm
relationship.
serious.
Let me tell you our relationship, the way I see our relationship, because you're gonna see it differently than I see it. I'm a shit talker, and amongst my peers, I'm the boss. Now I don't mean I'm the boss. I'm just like the
You're the
go-to.
nigga.
I'm the go-to.
Yeah, you're the big bro.
I feel like the little bro under you. I do.
Because I talk more shit.
Because you talk shit. You
But I
talk
talk
shit.
real shit.
Right. I'm like,
Ain't no fabrication.
I think we mentioned it last time about the slab, the store, and what you said to me. so y'all familiar with the slab?
If you're not, it's in Grand Prairie.
Up there
Down
on
where-
Sherman,
down where-
R.L. Robinson. It was an old store that burned down in, I'm going to say, the late 70s, early 80s. And so Damon is doing this thing. Him and Andre, they going at it.
Listen to what he said.
They
now.
they
I'm
busy.
doing my thing.
They super busy.
We super busy.
And I'm data driven.
Data driven.
Data
At the
driven.
wrong
At the
motherfucker.
wrong time. So I said, Mon. He heard me the first time. I think he didn't hear me. I'm assuming he heard me after his response.
He probably didn't hear you.
No, I think he did because his response was asshole.
No. He didn't hear you. Like you said, you called him. I don't think he when he responded, he heard you.
Yeah.
He don't never
was
ignore you.
ignoring me.
I ain't gonna never
No, he
know.
ain't
I ain't gonna never ignore you.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that.
So when he finally acknowledged me, he was like, "Nigga, I'm working." and none of my peers, even jokingly,
Yeah.
don't do that. But my big brother didn't hesitate. He's like, "Nigga, go ask Pastor." I
But
don't
you didn't
fucking
say
know.
what you asked. You just-
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, my bad.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I said, when did the store burn down that this lab belonged to, basically? That was my question. Because I figured he's a little older than me.
Yeah.
He would know. Because if it's in the late 70s, I'm 8 or 9. You're 13 or 14.
Yeah.
So you may have better recollection than me.
I've stood there when they were getting put out.
Right.
Yeah, in the
See,
beginning.
I had forgot that part, that the store had been closed a while before it burned down. But anyway, my reason for asking was because he would know, because I'm data driven. But he was saying, I'm busy this ain't the fucking time to be asking me about some goddamn store that burned down in 1978.
And then I'm opening back up in 2025.
I ran out like the motherfucker on Friday.
I say, go down. I say, Pastor, talk to him. Tell him, go around there.
Preston, he nicer than you.
Yeah.
He told me, he's like, oh yeah, I think it was whatever it was.
Yeah.
He wasn't rude.
I wasn't rude. You were rude.
How was I rude?
By fucking with me while I'm trying to get y'all food. I got gloves on. Do you honestly think, if you'd have asked me my goddamn birthday right about then, I probably would have said I'd tell you tomorrow. I'm systematically try to be, I'm OCD.
Right.
Already. I'm a very perfectionist person, period. So I'm trying to get people food together and everything, and you want to ask about a 40-year-old ass stove that burnt down at this time, and I'm
more than 40, 50.
Your food is in line too.
Right.
My sister came out of the grandstands to help us, and you wants to have a history fucking lesson.
Because I had already asked Angie. And Auntie was like,
Auntie don't
you know damn well.
Auntie
She
just down here.
said, I ain't from here, you know that, which I knew that.
She just
I'm
down there.
just talking and shit. She said, ask mine. She got me in trouble.
Fucked that
she
up.
fucking got me in trouble.
Oh,
she literally said, I don't know, ask mine.
You wasn't in no trouble.
You know what I mean, big brother gonna talk
wasn't
shit.
in no trouble. Big brother had to tell you what it was. Okay, give you a prime example. And this happened with a police officer, Johnny Sproul.
Okay.
He was talking to this dude, and the dude was getting hostile. He was saying, hey, man, stand back. And everything. I said, oh, man, that's my homeboy, Johnny. What's up, Johnny? And so he started watching the dude and everything, and he see me, too. And I said, oh, hey, yeah, he act like he don't know me now. He said, man, I didn't see your motherfucking ass. I'm at work, nigga. Like a big brother to me.
That's what he said?
Yes, he's a police officer. He don't know if this man get a knife stick in while he said, hey, man, or nothing.
Right.
Transfer that whole story to you.
Right.
You finna go in a burning building.
Right.
To save somebody's life, and I'll stop and say, save.
Travis, what's up?
Travis, hold on.
How much is the DJ?
How much is the DJ Monday? I got a thing Monday. Got a thing up here Monday. And on the slab that burned down 50 fucking years ago. Can you come up here and DJ? What you gonna tell me?
Point taken. Point taken. You like, I might have said worse. Yeah, point taken. I get it. You're right.
So when you love people, even with you, I can take criticism from you because I know you really genuinely love me.
Exactly.
It's not that you trying to be a big brother.
And I didn't take it that way. I take it as,
I hope not.
I took it as, that's my big brother telling me what the fuck it was at that moment.
Get out the goddamn way.
You notice I didn't say shit to his ass Sunday.
I didn't even recognize.
I didn't say nothing.
I went and greeted
We had small talk, in the beginning.
I went and greeted it.
But once he started cooking, I didn't say shit
Why?
to him.
You in line. I got to keep up with one that y'all don't see that's been here.
Right.
That's gonna got back in his car waiting while we wait. You know, y'all came up second.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I said, Travis, you got somebody
Right,
before
right.
you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I try to keep it business.
You got Tanya. She is like hooked on her some goddamn. She got mud in her mouth.
Sweet Jones
in her mouth.
BarBQue.
Sweet Jones BarBQue in her motherfucking mouth. We down there.
And guess what? I got Tanya food in my mouth. That's what good cooks do, man. When people have food that if you're a cook, you say, hey, I like that taste.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I told my son, he'd be like, Daddy, we're giving away a lot of stuff. I know, son, we got to get this tasting.
That's right.
This tasting. I give people samples while they're sitting up here.
That's right.
That little piece that you want to pinch off and everything, pinch it off.
Yeah.
Like, see, when we do this chicken sandwich, how was that chicken sandwich, sis?
It was good. I ate it on my way over here.
Oh,
See, I haven't had my Philly yet. I've been busy today, so I didn't eat it yet.
Oh man!
And see, that's the thing. One of the comments that I was gonna make about it. Most of the time, whatever I might have something small because we've been working and I haven't eaten. So, but I'm not hungry because you around it, you're smelling it. You might take a fry and all this. So I wasn't really hungry. So said all that to say. Very seldom do I eat my food that day. I eat my food Tuesday, Wednesday,
and
it's still
the bomb.
I would take a picture of it and tell him I'm eating this now.
She took a picture and sent to him and say, baby, I'm still eating fish.
Yeah. Yeah, I ate the fish on the way home yesterday.
And that's another thing.
Oh.
Very seldom. See, y'all do, because I guess y'all be having things to do, but people get in their cars, sit right there, cannot pull off.
They can't even pull off.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to, hey, this is what I
That's
want.
right. That's
And
what's up.
like, if you look at me sometime, I be in a zone, but I be teary too.
Yeah.
Because I've been knowing this was my destiny of retirement.
you living it.
And I'm in it. And I'm like, did second event yesterday, and we ain't been in business for 45 days.
And it's only gonna get bigger.
It's only gonna be bigger
It's only
because,
gonna get
because
bigger.
the first event we did was all white.
What, man?
Put it in their face.
Get that shit understood.
Understood. Bro. So I tease my son because he always talking about, Dad, I used to do this in the backyard. You did 10 plates. We do that in 10 minutes.
Right. So let me ask you something. You know, we got that event coming up on the
25th.
BLF on the 25th. You're gonna do that.
I'm gonna bring it.
You're gonna bring it.
I'm bringing everything that you're gonna taste it and everything that I want you to taste.
Okay.
I mean, from lamb, from oxtails, everything, because I want to put that what people want
Right.
in their mouth.
Okay. In their mouth.
In their mouth. And once that Sweet Jones in their mouth, all I want to do, you just look in the camera and say, hey, I just had that Sweet Jones BarBQue.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can
Sweet
dig it.
Jones BarBQue in my mouth.
I can
That's
dig
our
it.
tag.
Okay. So you naturally funny. You and you know, I was talking about you a year or two ago. You just a natural. You don't have, at least I never heard, jokes. What I've always saw was you just come off the top.
Well-
you're almost like you're a freestyle rapper. What I'm looking at, that's the topic. That seems to be what I've seen. Now you may have
No,
skits,
that's true.
but all I've noticed that you like Ari Spears. He just come off the top. He can look at anything in the audience and
Well,
go.
see, that's called improvisation.
Okay.
Okay. What we do as a comedian, if you don't write, you're going to fail.
Right.
You have to write.
Right.
And so I'm not going to sit here and say I don't write.
Okay.
And I don't have no writers because a lot of people don't look at life like I look at life. So what I do is I write down topics.
Okay.
And I write them down 3-4 times a day. Boom, 3-4 times a week. I used to go to the Starbucks in the mall, put my earphones on because I had to get away from family, had a house, everything, and I had to write. And so what I do, I always have a topic and an ending. It's called a header and a thesis.
And you tie those two together.
No, I know what I'm gonna begin. I know what I'm gonna say at the beginning, and I know what I'm gonna say at the end.
But you told me something.
I'm finna tell you.
Because you called it something.
It's called transitioning. You have to know how to transition from one joke to another. You can't sit there and say, God damn me, I seen them people rob a goddamn bank yesterday, man. That shit was funny. And then I was at Six Flags. That shit don't go.
No, you have something else. It's a word. So Dave Chappelle does it a lot. He'll say one thing.
Oh, tag. Tag, yeah. But
Explain
that's
a tag.
when you find a tag is when you hit and under it's a dude right now. It was Steve Brown or who was that?
Steve Brown.
No, was that had the mic? No, that wasn't Steve Brown that had the mic that clicking himself upside the head like it was. I know who it was. Bobo Lamb.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, well no, it might have been Steve Brown then that had the mic at the club. He kept saying, "Yeah, man, the nigga was so long." And he kept hitting himself in the head and just you tickle the shit out of him.
It probably was Steve Brown. That's the only
Steve
person
Brown.
I
It
knew
was
that
Steve
had
Brown.
me about to
It was
die.
Steve Brown that had her about to die. So every time he would tell a joke, he'd drop the mic, hit the floor, boom, hit it in his head. Everybody in the crowd go crazy because what happened is that joke
It's
gonna
still
hit.
resonating.
It's still resonating.
right.
It hit so hard to where you had to let them catch their breath.
Right.
So when you feel like it's going down, you hit it again.
Gotcha.
And then it'll hit them again because it make them remember. So what it does is, not that he's not funny, is what it keeps everything in a circle.
Right.
It keeps everything flowing.
Gotcha.
To where this nigga is funny, bro.
Gotcha.
Every time he said that,
Gotcha.
this hit,
Right.
hit, that hit.
Right.
So I have plenty of tags, but I do write, but I don't, the formation when I'm on stage change.
Yeah.
Every time. It's just like rehearsal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just rehearsing and then I know what content I'm gonna use. But if I sit there and talk about your hat first and then talk about your shirt in order and then your shoes, I might get up there and say, man, the nigga walked in here like the ground was hot. Start at your shoes and then come back up to your shirt and
Right.
get to your hat.
Right.
But it's the same material.
Yeah.
So that's the transitioning. So now I got to transition from your shirt to your hat to Anja cooking food.
Right.
And then came over there
And
with
it already the time makes sense.
it has to make sense. It has to look like one whole story.
Gotcha.
So that's the way I do it. A lot of people they call it slapstick comedy. They'll tell a joke, boom, the punchline. That's a period. Now we're finna tell another joke.
Okay.
And that's
what you don't do.
I do not.
Okay,
do
that's what I was trying to describe.
I'm a ranter.
Oh, that's called a ranter.
It's ranting. I'm like, goddamn me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Look at this motherfucker out here.
I like it. Anytime somebody talk about MC, I'm like, it's got to be
Cat
mine.
Williams.
Okay.
Cat Williams is a ranter.
Okay.
DC Carey is a ranter.
Okay.
One of my favorites, Richard Pryor is a ranter. What's his name? He's dead. Robin Harris is a ranter.
Okay.
But Bernie Mac is in between a ranter.
Okay.
Cause he'll stop on the joke and then say, "Shit, goddamn me." Yeah, just like he won't transition. All he have to say is one word, like, "Just goddamn me, my cousin."
Just the way he say it.
Just the way he said
Yeah.
it's borderline.
Yeah.
But he gonna went to a whole nother content that didn't go with that.
That's funny you say that because I do something similar. So when I'm mixing, when I want to change genres of music from say hip hop to either a slow song or hip hop to Mexican music, whatever.
Right.
I may reverb out or echo out.
Right.
Like a.
Yeah,
That's letting them know we're about to change gears.
There you go. That's that, and that's professional.
Yeah,
and not saying the other stuff is not funny. I don't like sitting there and you got me a punchline and then like, all right, take a breath, y'all. We're finna go to another station.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Okay.
For me.
Right.
You know, I don't go see certain comedians for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't do it. She's a ranter.
Yeah.
She's an improvisational. That's why we hit it off so fast. We can sit there and be talking about shit. Me and her just laughing on. None of y'all know shit.
I get from Angie no nonsense. If
For
you
sure.
ask my opinion, I'm gonna give it to you.
For sure.
But I ain't gonna necessarily just come out and give it to you.
No,
Unless
nobody.
you
We don't
solicit-
invite no
Unless you
information.
just solicit it.
Yeah, we don't invite information.
Yeah, that's what I.
You
what I-
shouldn't.
that's what I got. Yeah.
You shouldn't do that either.
Yeah, I
Don't
talk.
invite no information.
I talk too
Man,
much.
I talk too much too.
Yeah,
I
talk
talk too much too. But I've learned in these last couple of years,
Right.
with not being on Facebook, no social media, that if you can't really get mad at nobody telling your business if you gonna
put it
tell
out
it.
there.
Yeah, and I don't. That's what. Now I don't do. I don't do Facebook like that. I do Facebook.
No, I'm talking about.
Where I'm ranting and complaining.
I say
and
that's what taught me. That's what learned. That's how I learned.
Right.
Not to sit here and tell Travis, say, man, such going through this, such. And then Travis said, man, pray for him out of concern. Pray for him. He going through right now. Him and so and so. And then that person go tell, man, I heard that motherfucker going through. It's gonna always change every time they go.
Yeah.
So when it come back around, I know only somebody I told. Was that.
Exactly. So if it get out, I know who told it.
Yeah. So what I did is I didn't get mad at Travis. I don't even confront Travis.
That's right.
Because I didn't tell Travis, don't tell nobody.
Right. It should be understood.
It's not with black people.
It should be understood.
It's not with black people. I see people just talk about other people's business just because they know it and they think it's conversational. And it's not really conversational.
Right.
You know,
That person that you're telling it to don't even respect
it
you.
don't even, it's not.
They like you would do that to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I learned in the last couple of years by not being on social media, when people see me, like Andy, she'll get right on there, put me on Facebook when I do the commercials and stuff, because you know I'm with Clux Agency.
Okay.
Acting. Yeah, I got an audition tonight for 12 for vaccine.
Okay.
Commercial that I'm auditioning for. I don't have.
What's up?
Yeah, so I'm with the Clux Agency. So I did a commercial and I put it on her page. They said, your goddamn sister on there said, he want to let y'all know he's still relevant.
I like that.
I didn't say that, but she know that what I mean.
It's like Kevin Hart say, my mama told me to tell you,
Because
bitch.
that's not you, so you need advocates to advocate for
No.
you.
She know that's what I would have said.
But
That's how close we are.
But you wasn't gonna say it.
No, I didn't tell her to do it. I sent her say, sister, so when she put it on there, he want to let y'all know he's still relevant. Yeah, y'all ask about him all the time. She talking
that. I
for
love
me.
it. I love it.
Like if I got into big business right now, she'd be my PR.
Exactly.
Cause she can just text what I want her.
Right,
She
exactly.
already know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like she said about the food.
Yeah, like she said.
Y'all like salmon? Oh, yeah, we both like salmon.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, that part right there.
Right.
That part.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add. Could you ask Mom? He's gonna say, yeah. Why do you want me to ask him?
Right.
What day do you want it?
I would tell him, I will ask
That's what
him.
she told me.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I would ask him, but he gonna say yeah.
Right, exactly. Oh, when
When
I
you
first
said, is
asked-
Mom
when I
gonna
first
be
asked,
available?
hey,
I
you
said,
think
yes.
Mom to be down? Yeah, I'm telling you, yes. I don't have to ask him. I already know. I already know he's gonna say yes. So
But I will ask
yes.
him.
I asked
But
him.
I
for
will
you.
ask him. And he got on my ass about it. He's like, "Fuck you, tell Andre to ask me if I'm down. You know I'm down.
You got action.
You say
too.
I'm gonna do it. You know I'm down.
Yeah, we've been doing it. I said you got action too, but
Because this supposed to be coming a long time ago.
But now I know. Now I know. He say I know. You seen it too. You knew that was a great straight in.
And
You knew it was straight in when you asked her.
He told me not too long ago. I was making sure it was on. I was like, "We still good for whatever Monday?" I said we was, didn't I?
Yeah.
Pretty much like, what the fuck you asking me for? I said it. I ain't got to say it again.
Then
I
I
already
text
said
you
it.
and show where I done got rid of that time.
Right.
I'm dedicated to when a person wants my time, because what happens is bad news travel fast.
Right.
Okay. Good news don't travel.
That's right,
All
slow.
It's slow.
They act like they ain't heard.
Oh, the ground is hot. They feel like you think they're walking like the ground is hot. But when I dedicate myself, then plus my sister here, I don't want to waste her time. She just as valuable. Her time just as valuable as mine.
right.
And then you took the consideration, so we got to dedicate this. That's why I said ain't no rushing last week because I had something happen.
Right.
And so let's just start off next week, and we won't have this problem no more.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody what happened because it was all 100% on me. So we did a show last week. Or was it 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Show was dope. Went to listen to the playback, couldn't hear nothing. I'm talking about the volume was like damn near on one. So when we got and both of them was super positive. Like we doing it every week. We'll just redo it again. Yeah, it ain't the same show as it was last time because we don't do planned stuff. We just talk off the top.
Shooting from the hip.
We just talk off the top, shoot from the hip. I like that. And so here we are today, shooting again. And the mom was like, this morning, well, right before we started shooting, he was like, "You got them mics right now, right?
Yeah, got them mic right.
You got them mics right. We don't want it to happen
I don't want to
again."
come over here because Tanya cooking good. So we're going to come anyway, but we don't want to just keep doing the same goddamn show. That sounds like the man with the rug.
Right.
You remember that commercial? You remember that commercial?
Yeah.
I tried to tell Andre about it. She don't remember.
Yep.
It's an old commercial where they used to say, a guy come in the store with a rug and he said, "Well, sir, we just come to ask you, why is your company name the man with the rug?" He said, "I don't see nothing but one rug in here." He said, "That's why my company's named with the one rug."
With the one
He
rug.
said, "So you're not selling it?" He said, "No, if I sell it, I won't be the man with the rug."
Exactly.
So he was content. What that commercial was saying is, I'm content.
Right.
And I don't even know if it was a rug commercial to this day. I was just like, why is he there with that one rug? Then it kind of accumulated and trickulated in my mind years later that it was just showing that he's content with this one rug.
Right.
He got this one stove. I'm good.
He good with
it's
it.
more. He's getting more conversation. I think that's what it was, an advertising commercial that he was satisfied with that.
Right.
He was getting more pug or people coming to see that one rug than
Right.
it was to buy one rug.
Right.
So
So you mentioned switch gears. Let's switch gears.
Switch gears. Shelley Luther like that, remember? But she had $1 million in there by that time. She had $1 million. That's the lady that when COVID hit that had shut down her shop and she stood in front of the police, told them, "We're not shutting down." And they took her to jail. Then next week, Ted Cruz and they're essential. And she the only one essential. We over here at Paris Salon and at what's your shop? Kamani's over here closed down. Y'all gonna shut us down.
Right.
Now how the hell we not essential? And I'm looking at goddamn me Greg Fields and his edge up tighten up mother.
Greg Fields.
Yeah, the weather.
I know you're talking
He
about.
was telling the weather and everything. I said, goddamn, who faded him? Wait just a goddamn minute.
That ain't from a month ago.
Who is
Right.
who ain't essential?
Right.
We essential.
Right.
And don't make me break down the history of essential of barbers.
Right.
We the first doctor.
Right.
So you can go to the doctor, but you can't come to the barber.
Right.
And we the one that started the red, white, and the blue.
Yeah.
We separated that back in over there with Prince now.
Right.
Prince Charles now.
Right. 1700.
The royal family. You see what I'm saying? They had doctors, and then in 1880 something, that they switched it and said, "Okay, you're gonna either be a doctor," because we did the first open heart surgery.
Right.
A barber did.
A barber.
Yes.
Oh,
We are very distinctive.
Preach that history. Preach that history.
Man. I know, and I put all this on Facebook when all this was. Y'all saying we not essential?
Right.
We started this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
We started this shit, and then you didn't see no woman hair out of place. On the news?
My folks' hair was out of place.
That you do on the news?
They wasn't on the news. Oh, no.
I'm talking about everybody on the news.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying everybody on the news. Who fix your goddamn hair?
Yeah, but they may have their own
No.
personal.
Listen to me. Listen to it and listen to it good. All the beauticians, all the barbershops and everything was closed down. But why these motherfuckers still look good on TV? So the people, because I was going to their house cutting their hair.
Right.
I was going to getting the professional people's hair done at home.
Right.
So we have to be essential because you need us.
Right.
This is nothing that you can computerize and do a fade or cut hair like Angie.
Right.
It ain't gonna be able to fade like Mom.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. You can't put this in no goddamn machine and say give me a ball fade.
Speaking of fade, so I had a friend take me to a barber because I'm bald.
Yeah.
I'm bald.
All day long.
But I had this. I just recently grew this. So she trimmed it, but she took it down took half of it off. Now,
Without asking?
I felt like that took maybe half an inch off down, made it shorter. I felt like she did that, kind of like when some barbers do the edge up. So you got to keep coming back. Because it was growing back within days. You could see where the original line was. And I'm wondering, did she do this on purpose to train her, get her a new customer?
No, that she didn't do it on purpose because that right there could have lost you forever.
And she did. I stopped going because
so
of
how
that.
was it gonna come back then?
I think she thought because that line.
Listen to what I'm saying. You just answered your own question. You said I think she did it while I come back, but you ain't been back.
But see, most people don't catch on and they just go back and keep getting it trimmed.
No.
Like when you push somebody, not you.
Yeah.
When barbers
I
push
know.
the edge up, they keep coming back because it's going to grow back faster because that's not the natural hairline.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know if she was young or... See, a lot of women think you coming to them because of their cleavage. Okay?
She was a boy
See
girl.
these women
She was a boy
when
girl.
You see these women, she's a boy girl. Well, she don't give a damn about you.
Right.
She like your woman. So, anyway, when you see Angie and them work, we in smocks.
Right.
We're not revealing anything
Right.
but our legs and our feet, if anything like that. And we don't do open toes. And we go by the law, okay? Right. But if you come in and I'm getting ready to edge you up, especially if you're a first-time customer, I'm going to pick out everything that's already fucked up.
Right.
To let you know, I didn't fuck this up. It's already fucked up.
Right.
Do you want me to fix it?
Right.
Because that's my whole thing. Don't weave it. Don't weave it to achieve it.
Right,
let me fix it and I'll let you achieve it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So,
But is that a practice?
That's a practice.
I said it.
That right there, that should be the common.
That is a practice.
Yeah,
It can be.
You make that your common. You make that your common ground. Like, you come in there and they be saying they need a perm and need touch up. No, I can't perm it no more. Look like you already permed it at home.
Right.
So if I perm it again, it's gonna come out.
Right.
Alkaline base gonna go to the roof.
Gotcha.
So now we put you under the dry, and then you're gonna see your hair falling down your goddamn shoulder.
Right.
So being professional, knowing your craft, is where you be able to articulate what need to be done. So if you got a crooked edge up, I'm gonna sit there and say, hey, man, you got a cow lick right here. You want me to fix it?
Right.
Or you want me to take it back? Or you just want to go with your natural edge?
Right.
And then you say, oh man, go with my natural edge. I don't like my edge pushed back. You pretty much ain't gonna even get a goddamn edge up. I'm hitting it in front of it.
Right.
Just hitting the spots to make it look like it's straight all the way across.
Right.
And then when you see it, that's why they do enhancements now with the spray. Because everybody don't have a natural edge up. It's going to be like this or it's going to be like this. Or you got a hair piece in the middle that grow back and this hair grow and you hit it with the clipper and it look bald
Right.
So you have to analyze the hair
Right.
before you do it. You comb through it.
Isn't that crazy how complex it is?
It's
Where
very
the average person...
So what makes
You know what I
it's
mean?
complex? You think we're in essential? I'm sitting there giving you the history.
Right.
You're somebody.
To the average person, it's like, it's just a haircut. No, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not just a haircut. This is
That's why everybody can't do it.
Exactly.
Everybody can't do it like
Everybody
that. When
cannot do
straight
it.
hair come in there.
Right.
I take straight hair comb, and I comb their hair up looking for lice.
What?
Looking for lice. I can't cut this man hair with lice and then cut your hair. Even if I put it in the comb, it still might be lice in the comb. It might not kill it that fast.
This is purely ignorance, this question. Can black people get lice?
We can if we got dry hair, but we put too many ointments in our
So
hair.
not likely.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
possible, but
it's
very
possible.
unlikely.
We'll get wingworms before we get lice.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not impossible.
It's not
impossible.
No,
Okay.
no. It's really just dry skin.
But you know, that's how we grew up. We automatically thought black people can't get lice.
That's what I thought. That's why I
You
asked.
can.
That's what I said. I'm sure this is an ignorant
Back
question.
then, everybody got their hair greased.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can't live in that.
Gotcha.
But if you dry,
And
they can live.
Okay.
That's
They can live
what it
in
is.
dry.
And I remember back in the day, black people getting ringworms. I remember that.
And that's because you didn't comb that brush out after you keep brushing your hair. Then you go over there
Oh.
and then you get to Keith. Keith had nasty in the motherfucker.
And full of
then
bacteria. Everybody's bacteria is different.
And then you get to your mama. She go in there and brush her hair. And then you come back to you and boom. It's going to set. Moisture sets right there. So the fungus and the bacteria sets in the comb.
What? Okay, another question. I'm having barber question. I like this. So, what is it when they have the
Bump necklace.
what is it's a name? Is that your name?
Yeah, that's my name. That's my name. The bump necklace.
The bump necklace.
What's his name?
What is that? What causes that?
The actor. I call it that.
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker. Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker,
You
yeah.
got the Forrest Whitaker.
Okay.
Back there.
So that what is that? What causes that?
What that causes that would cause you got keloid skin and razors. You can't take a razor on the back of your neck.
Okay.
And or it could be razor dirty or dirty clippers. And so what happened, the first thing you do, your shirt, you don't know you've been getting your shirt starched. I found this out years ago. You got a starched shirt on and you just got an edge up. And your shirt is just rubbing. Them fibers is getting in there. Then first thing you do, the nastiest part on your body.
It's your hand.
That finger. No, that
finger.
index finger. That's
Really?
what you
Really?
touch with-
Everything you touch with that finger. Oh. Okay.
Okay, so you reach back there, you scratch it. You just got to do digging in your nose, if not your ass.
Yeah.
God damn it. You or you dig in something else.
Right.
And you scratch it. Then, it's going to flare up. So once it flare up, you know, back in the day, I thought, go put some Blue Star ointment on it. It ain't going to kill it.
What? So how do you get rid of it?
Well, how you get rid of it is you dry it out.
Okay.
You're going to have to dry it out.
Alcohol.
So you got to get alcohol.
Then depending on the severity of it.
Depending on the severity of it, you're going to have to go to the doctor.
Doctor. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, most of the time, some tea tree oil and Blue Star ointment, alcohol, and I would do. Well, what about peroxide? I said you're gonna be honeysuckle blonde by the time you get back, because you know peroxide dye your hair.
Really?
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know that.
every dye has peroxide. See, that's why I tell you, you got to be knowledgeable of your craft. Ain't no way I'm going to talk about that axe without talking to you.
right.
I just think Jason used that mother.
Right.
But they gonna give you one.
Right.
So what you got a goddamn axe for? You a fireman.
Right.
That saves a lot of lives.
Right.
That axe is almost like the epitome of your business.
Exactly.
So what made you choose that profession?
Firefighting.
Career?
Tired of being broke and wanted a career.
Okay.
Because what happened was one day I got off work. I worked a job from 4:30 to 1:30. So one day I decided, let's go to the gym early. Because we normally went in the evening. So I go at 1:30 and there's some firemen in there. And I leave out. They in there, I'm done with my workout. And we walk out. Tanya says, does fire trucks have water? I'm like, I don't know. So I
Have
go,
what?
water in it. And I'm walking, I'm trying to just deduce by looking at it. If I can figure it out. And by that time, those firemen that were in the building walk out. They go, may I help you? And I'm like, yeah, I was just wondering if this thing has water in it. They gave me a spiel about, it depends on the truck. All right, man, appreciate it. Went to Walker. He said, hold on. You ever thought about becoming a firefighter? I'm like, oh, not really. Because my brother-in-law is one who tried to get me to do it when I was 20.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I ain't running no damn building. You got your mind. You should never ask that again.
Yeah.
So now this is probably almost 10 years, about 8 years later. And so he told me what I needed to do. I went and signed up that day. Now, here's the funny part about that. So when I get hired, and I ain't gonna say no names of who this person is, but when I get hired,
I hate that shit, man.
I was telling people,
He can tell us, but he
Yeah,
can
we'll
tell us on
tell
these
us later.
mics.
Yeah, that's
on
cool.
these hot ass mics.
y'all don't know him anyway. So
Okay, but you don't want to say it on the
I
mic.
want to put him on.
Yeah,
put him
that's
on
I
blast.
got you. Okay, let's move on.
So found out, I was telling guys, hey man, what made you want to do this? They asked, I said, well, John Blow asked me if I, they said, John Blow who? John Blow, you know John Blow. Man, he's a hardcore racist. And I was like, and so what I figured might have happened was,
Now I see why you don't say.
he probably,
Thought you wasn't gonna do it.
that's it. They got back in the fire truck, said, we ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened. Because they couldn't believe.
Okay.
And so when I asked him, I said, man, I owe my career to you. He was kind of like, because of probably what he had probably been saying around the firehouse for 20 years. Yeah, you would think he'd go, man, I'm glad I was able to help you
Right.
change your life.
Right.
He was kind of like,
Like they didn't know that, huh?
yeah.
They
didn't like
Oh,
me
don't say
telling
that
them.
too loud.
Yeah, he didn't like me telling them that he's the one that got me into it.
Because he been
been talking.
a nigga hater.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So,
Now, how was y'all relationship?
Well, good. It was decent because for me, I didn't kowtow to him at all. So I'm gonna say about half the department liked me, the other half didn't. Because when they was talking police brutality, I'm like, no, he choked him to death.
Yeah.
He shot him in the back.
Yeah.
So
Shit like
I
that.
wasn't talking about, well, if we just behave, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
So half of them
Right.
liked me, the half
And
didn't.
I'd like to get on that one day because there's a couple of them that really wasn't police brutality to me. One of them,
Which one?
it was murder.
Which one?
All of them.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right, it's murder.
Yeah, murder. So it ain't no broke police brutality. Police brutality is the motherfucker still can talk about it.
Exactly. Because Art of War is my favorite book. I study that book and I practice it every day.
What's that now?
Art of War.
Okay.
Sun
Art of
Tzu.
War. Okay.
Yeah. And Art of War states, never take a battle unless you can assure you're going to win it. If you don't think you can win it, walk away. Prepare, come back when you're ready to fight. But don't fight when you don't think you can win.
Right.
So what I did was I was like, this boy 19, he's 6 foot tall and in shape. So what I said was, I'm going to let him finish training. He's going to be tired by the end of the day. That's going to up my odds. Right? It's like if we in war and I'm over here and you got to march all the way from Fort Worth to get her. Then I'm ready to fight.
Yeah. I'm not gonna meet you in Arlington.
I'm going to meet you. You're going to walk 30 miles to get her, and then we're going to fight. Your
I'm
feet
just gonna walk
hurt.
outside.
You're tired. You're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when at the end of the day, he acted like he was going to forget it. Oh, I'm ready now. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Walked him. But only reason why I beat him, because if he would have been fresh, I wouldn't have beat him.
Yeah.
No way. He's 19.
19.
But I let him get tired. Rope-a-dope.
Rope-a-dope.
Ali and
Ali
baby.
Frazier.
No, not Frazier. Ali and Foreman.
Foreman, yeah, he told me,
Ali
he
and
said,
Foreman.
John D, I know what I'm doing. He said, Angelo Dundee, I know what
That's
I'm doing.
right.
He said, he tired out. Look at him.
I'm tired him out.
He said, this is the round.
Because he couldn't have whooped him straight up.
And
Ali know he couldn't have whooped him straight up.
But George Foreman told you, too. He said, y'all looking at the punch that he took.
The one he didn't
He
take.
said, the one that he didn't take is the one I thank for. I say, because I was still going down, and he's held
He
that
had him.
motherfucker.
Oh, literally. Because he hit him. Bah, 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 bah. And he's on his way down. He was like, and he's like, stop because it was pretty.
Stopped
It was
'cause
poetic.
It was poetic.
It was poetic the way he waited on him.
Poetic. He said, I'm glad I'm thanking him for the one he didn't throw.
That's the one.
Because the ones that he threw made him retire for 20 years. He
Broke
didn't
his-
fight for 20 years.
Broke his heart.
Broke his spirit because he was.
Ain't
but
no way he
nobody-
supposed
was
to
the
beat me.
Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah.
But nobody beat him.
And he had beat everyone that Ali
had beat.
struggled with.
He
Lost to.
He had broke them down, legs crumbled, knocked them out the ring and everything.
He beat up Frazier like a little boy.
He beat up Sonny Liston too, all of them.
No, he didn't fight. He fought Frazier and he fought Frazier and Norton.
No, yeah,
Norton
yeah,
broke his jaw.
Yeah, Norton.
And both of them beat Ali.
Yeah, both of them beat Ali.
And
before.
so he felt like, yeah, the
Ali,
first one.
and Ali thought he the one that went to Frazier and said, "Man, can you beat Ken? Cause I can't beat him." And he
Exactly.
he beat him. He said, "When I beat him, I don't even know why they gave me that fight. My jaw was broke."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Ali couldn't beat him. It's just some people like I don't think,
Fighters make fights.
just like I don't think what's the name out of Dallas will ever whoop Crawford.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I don't think he
Spence, Earl
won't.
Spence.
He
Oh,
won't.
Earl Spence ain't gonna whoop nobody.
Yeah.
They'll never fight again unless Crawford decide to come back because he's moving up. But speaking of
that
that,
boy beat the shit out that boy.
Hey, man,
he
man,
will
look
not
like he
fight.
never boxed,
You know, he fighting Canelo.
But he did. Yeah,
He won't whoop Canelo.
He'll whoop Canelo.
You think he'll whoop Canelo?
Yes.
I want him to.
He's going to whoop
Who was
Canelo.
talking about?
Why do you think he's gonna whoop Canelo?
Because he's just like Mayweather. He's smart. He's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you how he beat that boy. He waited till he got hurt, ain't training, and beat him to the punch.
And you making my point.
That's what you do.
You making my
That's
point.
what- right.
Canelo fight at 154.
And Canelo gonna lost the last two.
But Canelo walk around probably 200.
Yeah, he gonna lost.
He heavy walking around, whereas
But when them gloves hit your ass,
Crawford walk around. I'm guessing probably 170, probably my size.
yeah. But he hit hard enough.
Yeah, but Canelo, that's his natural weight.
No,
and I want Crawford to win simply because it's a brother. But I think that's too much weight for him.
Better drink.
Huh?
Better drink, because I don't bet family.
Okay, better drink.
Better drink than Crawford.
I don't want to bet. Let me tell you, I don't want to bet against Crawford because I want Crawford to win.
Okay, well, he's
I'm
gonna
just
tap
using my data,
He gonna
and I
hit
don't
him.
think he can. I don't. That's too much
Your
weight.
data is off.
I hope it is. I hope I'm wrong.
He gonna hit him everywhere except the bottom of his feet.
Speaking of hope, I'm wrong. You know, I'm not a believer.
Right,
I hope there's an afterlife. I don't believe there is,
right.
but I'm hoping I'm wrong I'm hoping I'm wrong, and when I take
Well,
my
we'll
last
never know.
breath, I walk in and go, oh shit,
Hey,
I gotta go, I got a mansion,
hey, with golden
but I don't believe it.
Yeah, but
Right,
listen,
right.
you ain't gonna tell nobody.
Right. If I'm right, it ain't nothing. And if it is something, if it's something,
But you ain't gonna be able to tell nobody it is or it ain't.
if it is, and I go to heaven.
Yeah, you just gonna say it for yourself.
No, I'm gonna say it to whoever listening.
Ain't nobody gonna be listening. You dead, nigga.
No,
I'm with the other people in heaven.
no, I'm telling you, when I go to heaven,
They already know.
but I'm gonna tell them I was wrong.
That's what he
I
said.
thought
Okay.
I was wrong.
Okay, yeah. But you ain't going up there.
Yeah, no. You gonna be going to other place like, damn, I was wrong.
You gonna be
it's hot. I was hot.
You gonna be stuck in purgatory.
Purgatory.
gonna
I
be-
take purgatory over hell.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
I'll take
Well,
purgatory.
listen to this. How can you not believe in heaven but believe in hell?
I don't believe in either one of them.
Okay, then well, fuck that.
I don't
then.
believe in
Yeah,
it. I
you
believe
just talking then.
I'm on my DMX. When the lights out, they don't come back on.
So when the lights is out, they don't come back on. This ain't a flick, you ain't gonna come back on. You ain't that strong.
That's what I believe.
Hey,
Yeah, but that don't mean it's true.
I believe right now, but I only believe. Yeah, I don't know. Ain't nobody came back.
Don't
and told
nobody
me
know.
shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's all
I talk to my mama all the time. She deceased. She sat on the bed, give me guidance and
That's what's
everything,
up.
a spirit, everything. But she ain't never told me.
Right.
I didn't see that. But by the spirit being on the end of that bed lets me know there is.
Right. I can dig it.
You see what
I
I'm
can
saying?
dig it, yeah.
And I mean, when I talk, my wives, everyone I done had, be saying, "Who you talking?"
Not
to?"
the VES.
Yeah. Huh?
Not the wives.
Yeah, the wives. They got a player. Let's play her.
It's plural.
Let's play her. Let me say it in the white Blackstone. Let's play her.
So you still married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still married. Boom, bang, bang.
Bam.
Bing, bang. A lot of things.
Wife be
said,
like,
yeah,
there you
yeah,
is. That's my man.
Yeah, still married.
My man, my man, my
That's my
man.
man.
This is the thing on that though. They see me talking in the bed, and they say I be sitting up like, but they don't understand what I'm saying, and I'm like, you heard me? You didn't hear me talking to Martha? And they was like, I don't know what you was saying. You was just sitting up in the bed. It looked like you was having a conversation, but you were and my first wife. And this is now and the in between. You know, I had a flang in between now. It was a stepping stone.
Right. So that's why I really don't debate religion.
Mm-hmm.
2 reasons. One reason is I'm gonna have a natural advantage because I'm gonna say that you're believing in things that what we're governed under this universe are impossible. Walking on water, coming back alive, all the miracles, those are physically impossible under the world that we're
You're talking
governed
about the
under.
new covenant.
Yeah, those things are impossible. But I don't want to have that argument because it just creates division. The second reason why I won't want to have that argument is because if that gives you hope, if that gives you salvation and faith, it makes you happy. I'm talking to my mom.
Living right.
Living right. I'm with it.
Okay,
I'm with it.
This is my thing. It's miracles done every day. It just ain't came your way.
Right.
It's gonna be miracles where you walked up under that roof when you in that burning building and it didn't fall.
Right.
But then as soon as you got to the other side, it fell.
But you know what my brain is going to say?
What? It was gonna fall anyway.
It's going to say,
It was built
at that moment when I walked under the bridge, enough damage to the building hadn't happened yet. Because it takes time.
Absolutely.
My brain's going to rationalize
who
it.
don't
Going to the
say-
scientific.
You scientific and nothing wrong with
And
that.
it doesn't, God could have been like, I'm holding this bitch off of you.
Exactly.
But in my mind, I go,
I
it
got
hadn't been
you.
burning long enough.
I got
Yeah.
you.
When I went in,
now-
if I'd have
but-
went in 20 seconds later, it had burned enough.
And look,
Yeah.
now tell this scientifically.
Okay.
Have anything like that ever happened?
Oh, tons of times.
Okay, then that's all I want to know.
Yeah. Because I got my
So,
time yet.
so you're gonna retire. I want to ask sis, what's your retire? When you gonna retire?
I don't know because I don't know what's next. I got to know what's next.
Start working on that now.
Trust me, I have been.
Mastering something else.
Mastering something
might be
else.
goddamn me on one of
BarBQue got
one of them
Sweet Jones in your
barbecue
mouth.
I know
in
that's
your mouth
right.
At the stove.
She gonna be
At
the manager, but
yeah.
that's when you get that brick and mortar,
She
goddamn.
she'll be an owner if she coming down. It's gonna be
No, that's
part
right.
owner.
I know that's right.
We don't do it like that.
I know that's right.
I mean, you're gonna shit. I'm gonna have to pay her like that.
Right.
Of what she making now.
Right.
The hell, I'm gonna go tell you come over here, leave that over 100,000,
Right.
come get this 60.
Right.
Bitch, hey, we ain't doing it like that. But yeah, it's a change coming.
Good.
Cause that's my retirement.
Right,
I
exactly.
told the dude yesterday. He was asking me, so what you do? I said, man, I'm finna retire, man. He said, well, when you retire, you want to sell this trailer? I said, yeah, this is what I'm retiring to.
Two, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not tired of doing hair. It's just that, and I haven't lost nothing. I can do the best of whatever. You
Right,
want to get sprayed, I'm going to spray your ass down. Hey, looking like Steve Harvey on one side, goddamn me, Cab Calloway on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can do designs. I can still do all that with a razor.
Right.
Put your baby picture in the back of your head.
Right.
So I haven't lost the love of it, but it's like, it's so much to where, hey, how much you will charge for that? That's 85. Man, I do it for 65. Go down there to the 65. I know my work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you go down there to the 65, and then you see this 85 pass by, you end up coming back to the 85.
I do the same thing in my business.
I don't have time. I don't
It just
mind
go
that.
with it.
So I'm not in competition with nobody but myself.
Right,
So by
that's
being
me.
in competition with myself, that's what I'm tired of.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I'm not
I
tired.
I totally get
I'm
it.
tired of being in competition with nobody else.
Right.
Cause they bring it on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we ran with the 19-year-old.
Right.
It's a dude that's right from on the side of me. He fuck with me all the time. Talking about it's finna do a mohawk challenge. I said, well, we challenging. You're gonna stole the side. You're gonna stole my style. He talking about true that.
You a youngster?
Yeah, no, he a youngster under me, but he's so cool.
Yeah.
What he telling me is he gonna accomplish what he's seen me do.
Right.
Cause I tell them, they be saying that.
Which is the ultimate compliment.
Which is the
That's
ultimate compliment. Ultimate compliment.
That's right.
So when he come in, when his people come in, everything, he talking about ultimate challenge. I tell him that. I told him that one time. I don't have to tell him every time
Right.
now. So I be telling you taught me everything.
Right, exactly.
Like Booker, me and Booker, we've been like this here for 30
Right,
years.
right.
Taught him a lot. He taught me a lot. But the most taught come from me for is your work ethics, your professionalism,
Right.
and all that. He could been fading.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might have learned a couple of fades, a couple of things with shears and all that old type of stuff, tapers, but he still got his own style.
Right.
But his ethics of the business comes straight from me. It's
Gotcha.
all me. He'll tell you himself, he stole my whole identity because of high siding and all
Right.
that. But I told him, but you kept yourself in business.
Right.
I didn't keep you in business.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So Junior the same way. When we be cutting, when he get ready to do his mohawk, be like, he basically asking me, "Do you think it's right?" I said, "I see you, baby." I say,
Right.
yeah, because see, it's a certain way that you can do a mohawk, and the physics like you do. Now that's why I go, what you say, art of science.
Right.
That's why I do the art of science. The head is not square.
Right.
It's round, and people cut it like it's square. It's different angles and positions that you have to use with your clippers to get that certain look. Right. You know what I'm saying? You from the occipital bone back here to the forehead.
Right.
And you can't do no other way. Like an edge up. If a nigga is cockeyed, his edge up gonna be fucked up with me, cause I'm going from these points.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm systematic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm making a nigga look like a mannequin every time he
Right.
come in the house.
You do that too?
Yeah. She do.
Yeah.
I guess, but we do the same thing, but it's different.
Different techniques.
Yeah,
But same result.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
different technique.
Yeah,
but
but
the same passion.
Gotcha.
See, she got the same passion. I'm gonna do this the best way I know how, and I'm gonna put you in there like she do everybody head like it's hers.
Yeah. That's so cool to see
Yeah, so that's
someone
what
do
I'm talking
something
about.
the same thing that long. That shows some passion.
That's love.
Do the same thing for that
It ain't even about money for us.
That's just what I'm saying. It's
Cause
the
you
love of
either gonna pay it
Right.
or tell your ass.
Right. Yeah.
We done.
Yeah. That's something.
And then Booker and them be sitting there, the man come in, they say, "Hey man, I want a full shave and a haircut and everything." I said, "That's 85. He said, "Damn, that's 85. I said, "Hey man, hold on. We don't want to lose your money. Anybody got a fool? What he do? I do it for 55. What's going on down there?" Then he go down there and get that 55, and then he see one of them 85
Right.
coming in.
Right.
Boom,
Right.
straight to come. Why they paying 85? Then that same one that's sitting in that same chair down there, I'm through with this 85 and you still in the chair. And that 85 come through, you got to say, "God damn." Then you look at yours. Huh?
Levels.
Out of that.
Levels. Last thing with you with what you do, and I don't know if you do it too, just on the other end. Funerals. How is that? I know you do. Where you don't do that no more.
I don't do it.
She don't do it.
You never
No,
did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
You
not
do
gonna-
it though.
Yes.
I did one, and that was my grandmother. And it was
That she
because
can
it
do
was
that.
my grandmother.
That she can do that.
But
They gonna try to get her.
And that's why I figured they had, because you're going to get the best.
No, but she's not gonna.
She ain't doing it.
Toya do it.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Toya.
me and Toya tried to.
Toya don't do it no more.
No. We tried to. You remember at one point we this is what we were going to do.
Right.
You know, period. And then you
I
find out.
I lay them in there.
So I guess my question was, how is that with, I guarantee you, 50% of the people he done laid down, you knew them. Knew them personally.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How is
my
that?
50, that's the greatest. And I be talking.
You know what I mean?
I be still talking shit.
To them.
Yeah, because Ken, one of my partner, Ken Hawthorne. Hey, you
Ken, y'all know Ken.
You too goddamn high. Ain't coming up, but you good, but you too goddamn high. But that last one, you paid the highest I charge. and Tim was in that lab. I said, talking that shit.
That's got to be something.
Talking that shit. Tim ain't laughing at me, man. I say, you been dodging me all this time.
Finally got you. Last one.
Last one.
They ain't going to be there 6 months from now.
$1.
Wow.
$1. I tell you, put it in his face.
All right, y'all. Another one down.
Another one bites the dust.
I love you, brother.
You gotta love your sister. Yeah, you got to get up, man. We old shit. You number 12.
So next time.
Oh, next time we got a whole new thing. Oh, I thought I was finna tell him about that clip. I'm talking about your ass for years.